Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike, and today I'm going to get into a topic that so many Filipinos dream about: traveling to the United States of America. Whether you're planning a vacation, visiting family, studying, or maybe even working abroad, you'll need to understand one important thing first: the U.S. visa requirements for Filipino travelers. So grab a pen and a paper, because I'm going to break down the different types of U.S. visas, the application process, the documents you'll need, and some helpful tips to increase your chances of getting approved. First of all, let's answer the big question: do Filipinos need a visa to travel to the United States? Yes, the Philippines is not part of the U.S., which is why you should check out a website called FilipinoVisa.com. I'll provide a link in the description below. They provide excellent services, which includes tourist visas and fiancé visas. But don't just take my word for it. Read some of the testimonials written by other happy clients. Like so many of us, you're probably too busy to deal with all of the red tape and the paperwork. FilipinoVisa.com will handle all of that for you. And it's not just for Philippine citizens traveling to the United States. They also provide services for Americans visiting or moving to the Philippines. This is money well spent. So again, check out the link. Filipino citizens must secure a U.S. visa before traveling to the United States, regardless of whether it's for tourism, business, studies, or work. The only exception would be if you hold dual citizenship with a country that qualifies for visa-free entry, or if you already have a U.S. green card or passport. But for the majority of Filipinos, a visa is required. Now let's talk about the different kinds of U.S. visas for Filipinos. There are two main categories: non-immigrant visas for temporary stays like tourism, business, study, or work. Let's break each one down. First, the B1, B2 visa, the most common visa for Filipinos. B1 is for business, B2 is for tourism, and often they're combined as the B1 and B2 visitor visa. The F1 visa for students who want to study in the U.S. The J1 visa is for cultural exchange programs, internships, or training. The H1B visa for professionals with specialized skills, usually sponsored by an employer. The Fiancé visa, or K1, if you're engaged to a U.S. citizen and plan to marry in the U.S. Now let's get into the immigrant visas for those planning to live permanently in the United States. Family-sponsored visas, like if you have immediate relatives who are U.S. citizens. Employment-based immigrant visas, if you're sponsored by a U.S. employer. Diversity visa lottery, although the Philippines is usually not eligible due to the high immigration rates. For most Filipinos, the B1, B2 visitor visa is the most common. So let's focus on that one first. The requirements for the U.S. tourist visa B1, B2, if you're planning to apply for a U.S. tourist or business visa, here's what you'll need: a valid Philippine passport. It should be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay in the U.S. A DS-160 application form. This is the online non-immigrant visa application form. A visa fee payment, currently $185, which you'll pay in Philippine pesos. One recent photo, white background, following U.S. Embassy photo requirements. Proof of ties to the Philippines. This is very important. Examples include employment certificate, pay slips, or business permits, bank statements, property documents, family ties like a marriage certificate or birth certificates of children. Proof of financial capacity. You must show that you can afford your trip, such as bank records, income tax returns, or savings. Appointment confirmation. You must schedule an interview at the U.S. Embassy in Manila or the U.S. Consular Agency in Cebu. Okay, now let's delve into the application process. So how do you exactly apply for a U.S. visa in the Philippines? Here is a step-by-step guide. Fill out the DS-160 form online at the U.S. State Department's website. Make sure all the details are accurate. Pay the visa application fee at an authorized bank or online payment center. Create a profile on the U.S. visa appointment system and schedule your interview. Prepare your documents: passport, DS-160 confirmation appointment, receipt of payment, and supporting evidence. Attend your visa application at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. This is the most important step. A consular officer will ask you questions like about your trip, your job, your financial status, and your ties to the Philippines. Wait for the decision. After the interview, you'll either be approved or denied. If approved, your passport will be kept and returned later with the U.S. visa stamped inside. Now let's go over some important tips to increase your chances of getting approved. Be honest. Never lie during your interview. The embassy can verify documents, and false information will lead to denial. Show strong ties to the Philippines. The embassy wants proof that you will return after your trip. Stable employment, family, and property are strong ties. Owning a house here in the Philippines helps. Be confident and concise. Answer the officer's questions clearly and directly. Don't over-explain unless asked. Dress neatly. First impressions matter. You don't need to wear a suit and tie, but look presentable. Practice common interview questions like, why do you want to go to the U.S.? Or who will pay for your trip? Don't bring fake documents. If they suspect fraud, you can be permanently banned from entering the United States. Aside from the U.S. tourist visa, let's quickly look at another popular U.S. visa for Filipinos, the F1 student visa. You'll need proof of admission from a U.S. school, financial statements, and a strong intent to return to the Philippines after your studies. And now I'll get into some common reasons why visas are denied. Unfortunately, not everyone gets approved. Here are some of the common reasons for denial. Weak ties to the Philippines. The officer might think that you'll overstay in the U.S. Insufficient financial capacity. If you don't have enough funds to cover your trip. Incomplete or inconsistent information. If your application doesn't match your answers in the interview. Previous immigration violations like overstaying on a past U.S. visa. If your application is denied, you can reapply, but then you'll need stronger evidence the next time. So to wrap up, here are the key takeaways. All Filipinos need a visa to enter the United States. The most common one is the B1, B2 tourist visa. Prepare your documents carefully and be ready for your interview. Always show proof of strong ties to the Philippines. Honesty and preparation are the best ways to improve your chances. And that's it. I hope this video helps clear up the visa requirements for Filipinos traveling to the U.S. If you're planning to apply soon, good luck, and remember, preparation is everything. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this with anyone you know who's planning to apply for a U.S. visa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.